Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today we're going to be searching eBay for stellar deals on Fortnite action figure loss. Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, let's allow the frivolities to commence. Let's allow the antics to ensue, and let's allow the search to officially be underway. So simply go on eBay and type in Fortnite action figure loss in the search bar. And subsequently click search. Unfortunately, my face cam overlaps the search button, but I think you know how to search action figure loss for yourself without my aid. Now, we're in 2018, so the listings will be disparate come 2019. The first listing is none other than the 3.75 inch or 4-inch Fortnite action figures derived from Hong Kong. There's a lot of 8 of them. Is articulation rudimentary? Their poses may be static. If they do possess articulation, then it's unequivocally rudimentary. They may have 2 points of articulation at most. Some of them may even be devoid of articulation, while others may possibly possess articulation. I'm uncertain. This lot is a blatant ripoff. These figures look shoddy, to say the least, and they're definitely chintzy. Did they emulate their Fortnite counterparts? Possibly. I know that game has a myriad of costumes to choose from, so you can customize your avatar to your liking, but these figures are just blatantly appalling, to say the least. Their poses are uncanny. Their decos are unappealing. They're just an eyesore and a strain to the eyes. So let's move on. Plus, they don't coincide eminently well, or even mediocrely well, with a 67-inch prodigious action figure collection. They're not even characterized by insipid mediocrity. They're relegated to the lowest end of the totem pole, and they're quite expensive, to say the least, at over $1 each, so it's definitely a must pass. These figures are a blatant ripoff at over $23 each. The seller is asking $142.70 for the entirety of this lot. These figures are not up to par with their $8 Toy Biz Marvel Legends counterparts that possessed 32 to 40 points of articulation that came bundled with a comic book, a builder figure piece for a robust, stellar, bulky, hefty 14 to 16 inch colossal Build-A-Figure. These figures seem to possess 19 points of articulation. Their weapons are not meticulously detailed. Their shadings, in my opinion, are subpar at over $20 each. I couldn't even dedicate buying these figures for $5 each. You get Drift, Raptor, Omega, and a slew of others. I think Jazzwares churned out these figures, and at over $20 each per figure, they did a slipshod job. I'm not saying that I could do any better. You know, I'm not a sculptor per se, but these figures just deliver no value at their price points, so they truly don't warrant their asking prices. That's a must pass. Now, this lot is a bit better because you get 2 of the McFlaurin. Oh, never mind. I revoke what I previously stated. I thought that this lot also has a Skull Trooper, but apparently he's absent from this lot. You do get the Cuddle Team Leader figure. She stands roughly 7 inches tall. She coincides eminently well with the 67-inch grandiose action figure collection. Her accessories are intricately detailed to say the least. She has decent texture, shadings, aesthetics, and a decent deco to say the least. Her design is unique, it's a novelty, but everything else in this lot is just passable and doesn't merit its asking price. So for $286, it's a must pass. We keep stumbling upon abysmal Fortnite action figure loss. You can army build the Skull Troopers. This guy's selling 8 of them, and he's asking for over $30 per figure. He's asking essentially. Let's do the math real quick. I believe $265. $265 and 64 cents for 8 Skull Trooper figures. It's over $30 each. You can build your army right away, but these figures should be marked down to under $10 each. But I wouldn't even army build them. As much as I love them, I prefer to have skeleton warriors. Skull Trooper design is supposed to be a deco, it's supposed to be painted on. It's not supposed to be that a body type that is based on a skeleton. It's supposed to be a skeleton suit, if that makes any sense, that obscures the body. So I'm looking for a gaunt, emaciated skeleton figure that has his bones popping out, that's reminiscent of a character like Skeletor. This figure, on the other hand, is supposed to be a human donning a skeleton suit, so he doesn't have his bones exposed. You know, his epidermis covers his bones, and his clothing covers his epidermis. And even though his clothing has a skeleton design, it's just not worth any more than $10 at most, in my opinion. So this lot looks a bit more interesting since the price point is a bit more affordable, but the reserve hasn't been met. So even if someone does win the auction for under $40, it will be relisted more than likely. The reserve price is likely exorbitant. Here we go. This is the Cuddle Leader figure. Her articulation has been lessened relative to the McFlaurin Cuddle Leader figure, so he's asking the same price, $22, as a McFlaurin Cuddle Leader figure, and in spite of that, the articulation has been lessened, the quality has been lessened, and is not as robust per se, so definitely a blatant ripoff. This lot looks interesting, but for over $253 is definitely a must pass. It's actually more like over $263. You have a Friday the 13th figure, a Skull Trooper, a figure of Michael Myers, a figure of Pennywise, and another figure of Jason. Damn, all these lots just are eminently overpriced. There's not one good deal. And if your contention is those 3.75 inch to 4.5 inch Hong Kong Fortnite figures for over $1 each are stellar deal. I would deem them to be a delusional opinion or perspective, because you're perceiving figures that offer so little intrinsic value to warrant your fiat currency, which you have to work your shell off to earn. You know, for me to earn $1, I have to earn 15,000 video views on a monetized YouTube channel. You know, ad blocker is prevalent, is ubiquitous, practically a little bit dried up. This is probably a bit better. If you need to get your fix and get some Fortnite merchandise, this guy doesn't have a reserve price, and you could get 3 of those shoddy figures with minimal to no articulation for under $5. So you can get yourself a blind bag, and in this context it's less like a blind bag because you actually know what you're getting, assuming you win the lot. And yes, it does have those shoddy figures in it, but at least you're laying out under $5. These Fortnite figures were over $20, 8 of them, and over $250 each are definitely a must pass. They seem to be devoid of any modicum of articulation, so I haven't found one decent Fortnite action figure lot, and the blind bag is just, it just has a terrible composition. You know, it's just an amalgamation of shoddiness, and it creates a recipe for disappointment, distraught, dismay, and renders you agitated, irritated, vexed, and grumpy. So there's not a single stellar deal for Fortnite action figures on eBay at this juncture in 2018. How disappointing. But for fun, before we end this video, we're going to sort by oh, here we go. It gets these figures for technically under $1 each. They're just this lot is 1 penny shy of the $8 price point. Someone conceded to buying it. But let's sort by price plus shipping highest first. Damn, this guy will never get $400, even if he left the lot on eBay in the coming decades. These figures are just too abysmal, too egregious to warrant that price point. And I'm deeming the Fortnite McLaurin figures to be shoddy or even mediocre, but they're definitely not worth over $30 each, despite of their epicness. So unless I can stumble upon them for under $10 each, then the 7-inch figures are also going to be a pass. I hope that you found this video to be intriguing and insightful. I'm disappointed that I didn't find a stellar single deal on Fortnite action figures, but it is what it is. Once again, I hope you found this video to be appealing, bedazzling, enthralling, engrossing, and informative. Have a wonderful, blissful, marvelous day. Goodbye.